Do we have sound? Sound would be cool. Hey, cool, we have sound. Next game hasn't started yet. I got 2 casters coming in. One of them I think was from the previous names, but that's, I don't know, it's Skype. Skype is, I have a group, and if it's up to the group, we can make it work. I have a group. Add people. Hey! Well, it says contact sent, and these, like, not. I got 2 casters coming in, and it's gonna start making me do. Aha! I have no idea what managed to actually load. I don't know. It's oh god! Kill that. I have a group, and if it's up to the group, we can make it work. I have a group. Add people. Hey! Well, it says contact sent, and these, like, not. I got 2 casters coming in, and it's gonna start making me do. Aha! Try that again. They're in pregame. My stream I think is like stuck open somewhere where I'm making that stop happen. Okay. Yeah, the mic is gonna be a little bit tricky. I didn't rebalance it. I'm trying to get these guys in and get them going. Are they in the group that I added? Let's try all of the group. See if that works. We gotta make windows. Big machine in my head. Oh, please answer. Oh. Got one. You won?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Hi, how you doing? Waiting for the other guy to answer.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna have to give me just a minute as I get ready to get into this C-Deck versus eHome gaming.
It's gonna put a cam there, so we're gonna put you. Find a place to put you.
All
and
right,
I'm gonna shut my mic off, so if I'm cutting out, don't worry about it. Can you not make the Skype window bigger? Is that not a thing?
Are you talking about like through the stream or just Skype itself? Like.
No, it's just this. It makes this little window.
Oh,
I don't know. We'll work with that.
When you're inside Dota or whatever. I don't know. Guess not.
That images require experience that I don't want to deal with. I got their pictures up. I mean, we don't need no fancy logo. This is Scrub Hub, so the game is loading in, guys. They haven't actually started the game yet. We're gonna add some text. Scrub Hub. See, this is you don't need no images. Scrub Hub. Okay. Go make it as big as you want. There you go.
Alright.
Okay, sweet. Go for it.
Alright, I'd like to thank any and all of our viewers that made the jump over from Kitsune's stream. Hopefully we might be back onto that later on today. If not, you can find us back here. I do have a message on Skype. Let me just check that real quick. Alright, it looks like Alex is going to be away for a bit, so I might be doing this, might be doing the draft solo or with Iggy, but either way, We're going to get through it. Action Slacks, if you don't know, is not here. He has decided to go to sleep because he's weak-willed. So it's going to be Alex, I, and maybe Joseph if he decides to come back later, casting these Chinese grand finals to determine which of these two teams, eHome or CDEC, will be making the trip to Seattle to play in the wild card match, and which has an automatic invite into the International. I'm here with Iggy. You there, Iggy?
Working on things. I'm doing the draft now. Is that how this works?
Well,
Yeah,
apparently
this is me.
Oh, we've just doubled our viewers, so welcome to the stream, everybody. We're here to cast these games between CDEC and eHome. It is now daytime where I'm at. The sun has come back out after a long hiatus. He's back. So no better time to cast Dota than 6 in the morning. How about that? But we're going to get started here with this band, CDEC Gaming, of course, going down 1-0 versus eHome to that last game. That was a pulse pounder, wasn't it, Iggy?
Yeah, it was. I kind of figured that was the result we were going to get, but I didn't think that they were going to take it that close.
Whew, that one was... Man, so first banning out the Ancient Apparition, banning out the Drow. I believe those are the same openings we saw last game, if I'm not mistaken. Exact same, like perfectly the same.
I know the Ancient Apparition was the first ban. I think the Drow's the same ban too.
So both teams, I guess, feeling confident in the way their draft went. Just gotta be a little bit soul crushing for CDEC to come so close and to not get it. Gonna ban out the Earthshaker instead. I believe last game they banned out. Do you recall what they banned out last game?
They banned, let's see, CDEC banned the Clockwork second after the Apparition.
Okay. So Earthshaker this time. And Undying. I believe those are the exact same bans for eHome.
Yeah. The same first pick also.
All right, so Aggressive really likes his Queen of Pain. I guess if it ain't broke, you know.
Yeah.
And so now let's see whether eHome decides that they're going to go with the same draft that they had. I mean, they won't be able to pick up the Earthshaker, but, I mean, it's an open question as to whether that's even going to matter. I mean, really, that was just sort of not really a counter pick to the Broodmother because they last picked the Brood, but definitely worked as a counter to Broodmother.
Yeah, I mean, the Gyro is still open once again, and I don't know why they wouldn't go for it. You know,
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. I mean, if you're gonna just give me a gyrocopter, well, okay. If you insist.
And they picked up the Rubik second pick, right? Right after the Gyro, I think.
Yeah, you are correct. It was the Rubik Gyro opener from eHome, but they're hesitating this time, using up a little bit of reserve time, thinking this through.
I mean, they might be hesitant because they think that there's no way CDEC would give it up again without having a counter this time. But I mean, you would think that after the first game, teams should just know already if you're going to give away a Gyro, you have a plan, and whatever plan that might was didn't work. So here it is. Gyro again, and they get the Clockwork this time.
So we wait a bunch of time just for them to pick the Gyro Clockwork and get it over with. Not sure why they were thinking so hard about that one, but
I'm sure it was the second pick. They were thinking about whether or not to pick Clockwork.
Is that a
given?
Is that the ROTK's hero or LANM?
I would probably ROTK. Yeah, it should be an offlane hero.
And so the counter pickup from CDEC. Why do you think I've seen so many Clockworks in these qualifiers, particularly from the American teams? They seem to really favor Clockwork. But even the Chinese teams picking them up really often. Why do you think that is, Alex?
I just think that this whole meta is about ganking. You snowball off of ganks into towers and stuff like that. And Clockwork, I mean, he can dominate a lot of matchups, especially melee ones, solo. I mean, that hook shot is just crazy initiation. You cogs, there's so many spells you follow up with the cogs and battery assault. He's just a really, like, as soon as he hits that level 6, you're just roaming on ganks for ganks and ganks and more ganks. I think it's just a hero that, thrives at pickoffs, and so does Gyro, so. And we get another Viper ban, so this is more or less the same as like bans and picks. I mean, Clock was banned instead.
Yeah,
and
they're
they
basically
kept it Rubik,
trading, just trading
yeah.
off the same things. But banning out the Broodmother, even though I guess since they don't have the Shaker this time, they're not going to feel as confident. But still, they do have the Gyrocopter. I would think they would be I, I wouldn't think it would warrant a ban at any rate.
Right, yeah.
But I guess the Spiderlings blocking hooks, Rubik, I guess. Well, I don't know.
I think they just realized it did more work than they thought it would, because they had the Gyro and the Lash and the Pugna, but the Brood was still a hassle. So, I think they don't want to deal with that all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Um, I, whew. Curious to see whether, well, if ROTK is going to be taking the Clockwork, I guess the Pugna isn't so much of a threat, but banning out the Lion, banning out really strong ganking support. What do you think the merits are of like Lion versus Lina? Do you favor one or the other?
Well, Lion's completely more reliable. You don't need to farm up what Yules is 2800 or whatever item just to get a stun off. I mean, the one thing is that Lena's ultimate has a much less cooldown. She definitely scales a lot better. But I mean, with the Hex is not as good as it used to be with the nerf and all that.
Right.
Mute break, whatever jazz. But so he's definitely more early game reliable, and he can roam because he can roam better. I mean, you never need to go back for mana because you get the Tranquils and the mana leak in your set. So basically, a hero you don't want to see running around the map with Gyro, because Gyro wants to be as aggressive as possible. So.
Fair enough.
And another Lifestealer ban. This is like interesting. I'm guessing eHome have ran into Lifestealer against Gyro games before. I mean, because he's rarely a hero you ever see worried about. Ever.
I didn't notice your T-shirt in the prior cast, but I'm noticing it now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not biased. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, hey, he pulled off some sick plays last game. That was his Pugna play. He managed to make it relevant through the whole game, so props to him for that.
Yeah.
eHome going for the Shadow Shaman. Again, with a pushing, making a pushing lineup, maybe. With those wards, put them in front of a tower, and suddenly the tower evaporates. It's a bit of a unique mechanic of Dota, how that happens. If Serpent wards are there, towers are not. It's a really advanced Dota mechanic.
He definitely got a couple buffs. He got, I think, more strength and strength gain, I think, so he's a little more tanky. Yeah, those wards definitely favor the meta now, where it's all about, I mean, he's the perfect ganker into pusher, basically. Yeah, Leshrax also is.
And speaking of perfect ganker into pusher, and so what this says to me, Rubik plus Leshrac, that says tri-lane to me. And so Aggressive likes to play his Queen of Pain on the safe lane, but I wonder if they're considering running an aggressive tri-lane against a Gyrocopter. But if they're thinking about doing that, Shadow Shaman, that's just as aggressive.
Yeah, that's super scary. Shackles under Barrage, like, you're not going to escape from that. You're dead.
Yeah, like, this seems like mutually assured destruction. Like, C-Deck are like, because, I mean, does that not say, when you see a Rubik Leshrac, do you not think tri-lane?
I mean, In old patches, yes, but I mean, let's just go mid so much that you can throw Queen of Pain safe lane, and like last game where they picked that DK because they didn't want to throw Queen of Pain up against. I think Leshrac also handles his own very well against Shadow Fiend. Actually, more so because once Shadow Fiend start getting those Necromasteries up, his damage, it's really hard to outlast him. I mean, Queen of Pain has Scream, but Lightning Storm is so much easier to spam. So, yeah, I
Okay,
don't
so
think they'll be going aggressive trialing with the Bristleback now, so they're just going to throw him up. I guess they still could, throw him safely, but you don't want to run into a Gyro Shaman trialing. I wouldn't.
no, that Gyro Shackle, if Bristleback gets, I guess unlucky isn't the right word, but if he gets turned around the wrong way and Shadow Shaman shackles him, it is nighty night for the ring around the rosy champion.
Yeah, exactly. So, fourth pick Shadow Fiend is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would put Lesh mid just because he can farm a lot easier. He has just as much kill potential as Queen of Pain would on the Shadow Fiend.
And the
If
same
not more. Yeah.
same fifth ban for me home. No love for this Witch Doctor. Not a bit.
Yeah, it's obvious there's certain heroes they really do not want to play against. Lifestealer being one of them. Witch Doctor, obviously, no one wants to play against Undying. So,
It's the exact same bans minus the Broodmother.
yeah, exactly.
Like, what?
Same thing with C-Deck. They banned the Apparition, the Viper last game. They probably were thinking about the Earthshaker and went for the Clockwork ban last game instead. So,
And Shin getting banned out, not wanting to give them, I guess, the early gank into push. And let's see with the final pick. Looks like they still need either a jungler or a safe lane, tri-lane support.
yeah,
Or maybe an aggressive support. But Rubikless Shrek is not something. Well, it's probably going to end up being Rubik. I don't know. Do you think like Queen of Pain offlane? Okay, so Treant Protector, a safe, can be an aggressive support as well.
I think they'll just throw him in the off lane, get some levels, and then your main objective is to living armor mid and your gyro early game long. So.
You don't think it's going to be Clockwork offlane?
Yeah, my bad. What am I thinking? Yeah, I was thinking yeah, Clockwork will be offlane.
Yeah, so then Treant Protector, he can be aggressive, can be safe, just a good, dual purpose support like that.
Yeah, Lead Sheet is a really good early game skill, especially with
Yeah.
just the fact that he's the hardest hitting level 1 hero. Just right.
Yeah. You get boots first, and you're like, hey, where you going? Hey,
Exactly. So
hey,
they
I'm
got
punching
a
you in the
very,
face. What are you doing?
very scary early game once again.
Yeah.
Gyro, Treant.
I mean, he's a
Shadow
walking
Fiend.
tree who's not going to be scared shitless of that.
Yeah, exactly. So C-Deck are definitely looking for another support or jungler.
Yeah, taking a ton of time here. I'm still not super sold on C-Deck's lanes. And with the Brewmaster, I guess, wow, they're sending him mid, maybe? An aggressive on the Brew now.
This is definitely a support Lash, Bristleback off lane. Yeah. This is interesting. I mean, Brew is just like he's a hero that will work amazing in a draft or be downright horrible. It's just if another team plays around your split, I mean, you're just a worthless. Everything has to go right with the Brewmaster, basically.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, really interesting draft from C-Deck. Although the Brewmaster split, basically going to render Treant Protector, living armor completely worthless.
Yeah.
As well as Bristleback. Bristleback spray getting rid of the Treant Protector, I believe. Living armor. Oh, please don't rehost. Don't do this to me.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Well, if so, he's here, so we're fine.
It's Kale. It's Kale time.
Exactly.
Did you want to get any words in, Iggy? Any thoughts on the draft? Who you think won the draft, lost the draft?
I mean, I think though I think CDEC clearly doesn't want to play against certain heroes. Like whatever meta that this is money time, and whatever they were trying to feel out on like day 2, and a little bit into the playoffs, you're just banning out the heroes that you don't think you can handle, and you're just gonna play it. Because I mean, what would you rather lose by, getting out drafted or getting outplayed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
the
think just
that Tria, I think that they're going to try to do a push. I mean, they have Rasta wards and Gyro. I think the idea is they're going to put the healing thing on a creep, and they're just going to push down a lane. And
Yeah.
they're going to say Clockwork. Clockwork's going to try to set up a hook from those pushes. Anywho, enjoy.
They are going boots first on the tree, so he's going to be really fast. Trees are supposed to have, they say that trees aren't so good with motion, but this particular treant protector has never heard of that, so he actually fares just fine with motion.
Yeah. I think the one problem, I mean, when you put your main carry player on a brew, your entire game is going to be around this brew basically, and you've seen games won and lost by brew play basically.
Cogging out the bounty rune here, very smart. Oh, but he gets clipped instead. Oh, and they're gonna stun out onto the Shadow Fiend. He is gonna go down, but they're gonna look for the return kill on Bristleback. They are gonna get him now. Brew. The question is, can he escape? He's cutting, juking left and right. He is gonna manage to get away off of a good stun by Lushrag, catching out that Gyrocopter. It is a 1-for-1 trade, but First Blood going the way of CDEC, as well as the bounty rune. Both bounty runes by CDEC. So pretty good start for them, and they cliff. Poor Clockwork, sitting there on the cliff.
Yeah, so I mean that's about as
about as good of a start as they could hope for. I would say
come out on
CDEC
top of it because of that cliff mainly. Buying him some time. He can't even get the TP upon.
Oh
He's having
no!
problems.
Oh no! What a disaster!
This is terrible. Okay, he got it.
I mean, amusing for us, terrible for ROTK.
So bought him a little bit of time. Queen of Pain's already almost level 3, so enough space. So yeah, they did end up going in an aggressive tri-lane. So with the Lesh and the Rubik, so.
Well, yeah, aggressive tri-lane with the Leshrac, Rubik, and
so Bristle went mid against, I mean, Shadow Fiend, yeah. Which is something we've seen a lot. More and more Bristlebacks go mid lane, just because it's really hard for him to die. So
one thing that you have to give CDEC credit for is that they can pull off some really unorthodox lanes.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that, like we said, it was like there's no way they're gonna run that dual Darkseer Brood. I mean, that's just something that's really, really greedy. But I mean, it worked out for a while. So
for a while. But let's take a look at some last hits and denies in it. Wow, Bristleback. Whew! Bristleback jumping out in front with the last hits and denies. 12-1 up on him. Only to the 2-0 of the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter doing particularly bad in lane, even with his 2 supports. So it looks like CDEC jumping up to a really early lead here. Obviously there's a lot of game to be played, but it looks like CDEC is really, really wanting to bring this to a game, bring this series to 1-1, not wanting to just, not content to just let this go. But even though this Bristleback is 12-1, he is up against the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, super hard to stop him from getting his eventual Necromastery stacks, and that's what we're seeing him doing right now. So he should be pulling ahead of this Bristleback pretty soon.
Yeah, I think this is the reason why Queen of Pain is just so good. You know, she's traditionally been a mid hero. I mean, you can throw her in a safe lane and she'll beat almost any safe lane or offlane hero. Even more because, heroes you throw in the mid lane can deal with Queen of Pain, but a lot of heroes that go in the off lane traditionally can't. So that's why you throw Bristleback against the Shadow Fiend, and it's working out so far for them. So.
And as well as Brewmaster, I'm gonna keep calling him Broodmaster for the rest of the game. I pray that doesn't happen. He's 17-11, aggressive, really farming up those last hits, doing some pulling here by DDC, trying to get Gyrocopter at least something so that he's not stuck at 3 or 4-0 for the rest of his life. So yeah, I'd say just in the first few minutes of the laning phase, CDEC has pretty much accomplished most of what they came out to accomplish. They're shutting down the gyrocopter. They're getting farm up on this Brewmaster. The Bristleback is dead even with the Shadow Fiend, and the Queen of Pain looks to be doing fine.
Yeah, they've definitely got pretty much. I mean, every single lane basically has worked out for them. So, and the first blood and the cliff and everything. So basically the perfect start. I mean, minus the one death that they took, everything else has been fine.
Which who was that on? That was on Bristleback, so I guess that does matter. ROTK actually able to zone out this Clockwork, the Shadow Strike. But it looks like Lanham on this tree with a haster. That is one fast tree. Good God. Bristleback getting body blocked, trying to juke up to the high ground. It is not going to work. That is one terrifyingly fast tree. I am sorry, Bristleback. You're not getting away from that.
Yeah, 91 base damage on the tree at level 3. Like, that is insane. I remember when freaking PPD was running that tree over and over again in the early days of VG. He was obsessed with that treat.
I mean, it's a good character, man.
Yeah, scary hero.
PPD loves the tree. Good God. EG used to draft that like every game. People had to ban it out from him.
Yeah, they were wrecking face with that for a while.
Whew.
So, I mean, I guess eHome are just going to do all the pulls they can to get, Gyro needs to get back in this game. He's got 9 last hits, which is very troublesome for them right now.
So, finally, eHome striking back, managing to claim mid. So, mid going the way of eHome now. The other lanes, not so sure about those. I still think both bottom and top lane are not working in their favor. But we do have a smoke coming out from Garter and... I can't even see his name. The Q, the Rubik and the Leshrac, gonna come try and wrap around here. But eHome are actually ready with the counter gank. It's 4 versus 3 here with this rune. They're gonna start with the Rubik. Can he get the lift? No, he does not get the lift, and they're gonna be 2 ships passing in the night.
Yeah, they're probably lucky if they didn't get a lift off, because I think that would have been terrible for CDEC. They're really out of position there. You don't want to dive so far down for that lift. So, I mean, Shadow Fiend with the level 4 raises.
But there's a lift on the gyrocopter. Now the Brewmaster going to be coming up. He does not have level 6 though yet, and the gyrocopter going to try and throw out that rocket barrage, but it is not going to work. The slow from the Leshrac just too strong. They bring him down. Free kill for CDEC. Quick, a little bit of gold for them as we check our handy dandy net worth graph. They're about CDEC are about 2K up on the eHome squad, as CTY going to do some light bottle crowing.
He's just farming those stacks now. Got to catch up somehow. I mean, he's not behind, but I mean, you don't want to be in lane when you're.
Are you expecting a Mech-Yules, or do you think he should go?
Because I mean, it's just you don't want when they're going to be as aggressive as possible. So I'd be surprised if he doesn't get a mech. Yules, I don't know about that, but I mean it could be possible. But mech for sure. I say for sure. I said 95%. I'm sure of that mech.
All right. Well, other than that, we have Brewmaster actually doing some pull through on this top lane, killing off some of those creeps. Oh, Tree Protector trying to camp out on this rune, but it is not going to work out well for him. The stun on the Leshrac, they're going to bring him down. Good combination of the telekinesis and Leshrac stun to bring down the tree. Trees should not hang out in rivers.
Much needed kill there. Just keep the momentum rolling for CDEC.
And they also get the rune from that, I believe.
Yeah, haste on.
Yeah, haste on Bristleback. Ooh, that's a little scary.
But yeah, I mean, aggressive is 300 gold away from his blink dagger if he chooses to go that route, which I'm pretty sure he should. I mean,
Yeah, clearly.
that's gonna be like bad news
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, that's bad news bears. I'm not sure, like, do they even have anything to deal with his split at this point? I don't.
If they've got shackle, that's basically it. Shackle next.
Yeah, but if he blinks and immediately splits, like if he doesn't drop combo,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
there's
yeah.
nothing. I mean, maybe like an instant hex from.
And if you have that
Shadow
vision, you
Shaman,
get that
but-
preemptive hex always works.
Yeah, but
Other than
that's.
that,
I feel like that's generous. You can't always
Yeah.
count on that.
yeah. No, yeah, it's for sure they're gonna have big problems in the next couple of minutes when they start ganking with this. I mean, the one thing they have is once again that Clockwork's gonna have to make all the big plays. He's got level 7 now, so
Sir Actor
There's the
Flex
blink.
better give me a cookie. And there is the blink from the Brewmaster. So now this gyrocopter has to be super, super careful. He could get blown up at any minute now with this blink on aggressive. He is going to look to hold up to his namesake. And he actually shows it. Not afraid to show off the blink dagger, just walking into lane and last hitting. Not afraid to show Ehome, hey, look, you better be scared, motherfuckers.
I mean, it's probably common sense. They should have known he's been having free fun this whole time, so shouldn't be too surprised at that.
Oh, and now the Clockwork on the bottom lane. Aggressive. I'm so used to him playing the Queen of Pain. But Rubik going down on the top lane. Gyro going to bring him down. And if they would switch up there, Jesus. The Procasters, BTS, is it casting this? Couldn't manage to switch the camera up there, so I missed all of that kill.
That's why I use free camera.
Well, I believe Iggy is casting from.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So Shadow Fiends almost got that mech, 300 gold off. So that's something they're desperately going to need when these fights start breaking out. As two are smoked behind the Bristleback here, and waiting for the bait. Looks like they might need to defend top lane here. As Queen of Pain pushes out the bottom lane.
Queen of Pain pushing out that bottom lane, maybe
Just
trying to
like
trade
last game.
here
Yeah,
from
just
Ehome,
like
but
last
the
game.
clap on to the Shadow Shaman. He's going to Hex, aggressive, and he's going to try and TP out, but the Leshrac stun stops it, and they get the kill. And now,
That's some good
and now they
damage on
get-
the tower.
good damage on the tower, but he feeds the wards, and those are
Yeah.
a fair chunk of change. I believe it's like 300-ish for every one of them, or something like that.
Yeah, it's about, I think it's like 30 each, something like that, 40 each maybe.
Yeah, so a pretty good chunk of change. They're going to ward up these Ancients so that they can't stack. And so if the game will stop lagging, that'd be really nice. Looks like, what is this mechanism on the Bristleback? I could never build that in pubs. I play Bristleback a lot, and I always feel like he's so short on mana. I couldn't imagine like having to manage his mana plus a mechanism.
Yeah, it's situational. You're either going to get a Vanguard into Crimson, or you're going to get a Pipe, or you're going to get a mech. Usually, I'd say most Bristles, you're going to get one of those, depending on the game. And then after that, you go into your SNY, your BKB, or whatever.
Now we got damage coming out on the bot tower. Looks like they're content to trade these towers. Top tier 1 for a bottom tier 1. I'd say with the bottom tier 1 being a little bit more important for CDEC than the eHome's tier 1 is to them, but they're willing to trade it, so I'm not going to tell them they're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, eHome, that's pretty much what they have to do is get trades right now, because that early game was not in their favor. But I mean, this mech is a big pickup. Gyro is obviously always a strong mid game. I mean, they have two really good mid game carries with damage potential. I mean, Shadow Fiend and Gyro are two of the best.
Give me a time of the game that Gyro is not good.
Never not good.
Yeah. But it looks like eHome putting some people onto this mid tower. Brewmaster does have split, so if they initiate on him, they have to be wary of that. He does have an empty bottle, though. They're going to go onto him, turn him into a chicken. Wow, the damage output brings him down before he can ulti. Wow, and I doubted their damage output.
Yeah, there's a power to the shackles.
Yeah. Whew.
2.75 at level 1. Which is
Yeah.
more than enough time to bring down if you got 5 heroes there.
I mean, they did drop a lot for him, but, I mean, hashtag worth, but he's going to buy back TP in, and now Lanham, he's going to be caught out here. The ulti from CTY bringing down really low on the Bristleback, but it doesn't matter. Brewmaster does get the split up. They're going to bring down CTY. Now the Scream coming out onto Shadow Fiend. The game is lagging, but they do bring down the Shadow Fiend. The Brewmaster picking up that. The Leshrac stun coming out. Now the Cogs from the Clockwork trying to push back CDEC. And now, actually, it's eHome that are being the aggressors. Oh, the Shackles plus the Gyro, the Rocket Barrage. They're going to bring down Queen of Pain. Now Bristleback on the run. His back is turned, but it just doesn't matter. Shadow Shaman does bring him down with the right click. And now Leshrac trying to bottle up, get some life backs because he knows that he's going to have to re-engage here. Aggressive, taking a lot of damage from this call down. YJ has the living armor, and he's almost gonna bring down the Brewmaster, and he does manage to do it. Just barely, though, as well as the Queen of Pain. That is a 4 for 2, I think?
And there was 2 buybacks, one by each side in the fight, I believe.
Oh, not a very good fight for CDEC there. eHome did a great job. They sort of sacrificed. I don't know if they meant to kill the Treant off there, but him dying was not the worst thing that could have happened. But after that, they did a really good job of retreating to their tower, waiting out the Brewmaster, and then re-engaging after the Brewmaster ulti was down. The call down, great positioning on the call down, just great awareness for the Shadow Shaman, bringing down the gosh, I can't even. It's a little bit late here, guys, and by late I mean early morning.
Exactly. Yeah, it was
bringing down that Bristleback.
Some ballsy plays by eHome there. That call down going in for the extra 2 kills, and Gyro would have died if that hook shot did not come in. So.
Yeah, the hook shot from ROTK saving his ass, making sure that the Brewmaster splits couldn't get into him. But yeah, ROTK once again saving those team fights.
So they're smoking into Roshan right now. I mean, they got that level 2 presence, Dark Lord. They got a medallion already. Wards. I mean, this is an easy Rosh.
Yeah, this is a very fast Rosh.
I don't think CDEC could expect this at all.
I don't think they expected it at all either because they're smoked up looking in the jungle. Sorry, guys, you're on the wrong side of the map. You need to turn around. Don't take a left turn at Albuquerque.
It's the blink on Shadow Shaman, which is huge on this Brewmaster. Like, they can be the ones to initiate. So. Yeah,
that is actually really big. I think this Brewmaster is what's going to be keeping the CDEC team alive and in the game. Really wish we could stop lagging, but I guess, Valve might fix Dota TV eventually one day.
I think it's just perfect world. I think it's just that firewall. I don't know if they can ever do anything about that, unfortunately.
Well, I'm just going to say Volvo, please, and leave it at that. TP's into this bottom tier 2. eHome trying to push it down. CDEC trying to defend it. They still leave 2 up top to get that tower, which they do take.
It's a good trade, at least. They got the tower for Roshan. I mean, better than nothing. You wanted to get something out of it.
They did. They traded a couple of TPs to bot, but whatever. 200 gold, whatever. Hashtag worth. ROTK looks like he's going to be trying to pick up a Force Staff. I'm not sure about the merits of, of Force Staff into, I mean, they don't really, CDEC doesn't really have, a melee carry. I mean, I guess Bristleback.
Yeah,
but
it's mainly for Bristle, I would say. I
mean, can Rocket Barrage prevent Brewmaster ulti? The cast time isn't that long, is it?
Are you talking about Battery Assault?
Yeah, what did I say?
Rocket Flare, I think.
Sorry, yeah. Battery Assault, but eHome CTY getting caught out here. He does have the mech. He's super tanky. The Shrag does get the stun on him. He's going to release the ulti. Oh, and the Brewmaster splits to avoid the ulti damage. I don't know if that was completely necessary. They are going to bring down CTY below the Aegis, but the gyrocopter is here. He's gonna loop back around, but oh! XZ is totally ready for him. Screams on him, gets a ton of damage. They're gonna have to living armor him, and now the tree, he's gonna go down on the back end. Brewmaster gonna pick him up. Living armor doing a lot of regen here. Gyrocopter really tanky now, but they do manage to bring him down. But the wards are dropped. They do manage to trap Bristle back in, but they're really quick about getting those down. Trapped in the cogs is the Brewmaster. He is gonna go down. They freed the Bristle back and actually farmed up all of the wards. That's a lot of gold to them. XZ on the Queen of Pain, still trying to chase down this clockwork. He's gonna force out, blinking up his XZ on the Queen of Pain, trying to bring him down. Does get hit by the cogs. And after that, no, he's gonna still continue to blink in. ROTK getting chased down relentlessly by this Queen of Pain. She is not gonna let him go. Finally, after the living armor comes out, decides that he's just not worth it. And DDC just chilling here in the fucking woods, like, oh, don't mind me, guys. Oh, and he's gonna get found out. Oh, the blink! Woo! And he does manage to TP away.
Yeah, that was really good positioning by CDEC there. I mean, they caught up that Shadow Fiend, and then they juked that gyro around enough to where he got cornered. So I think it's just really good positioning that fight.
Team fight went for so long, they don't even give me a team fight recap.
Yeah, I know, right?
Volvo, please.
Well, CTY finished his BKB up on that Shadow Fiend, so that was an important item. Definitely something he needs. Looks like Gyro has his Ogre Club, so we started with his BKB now. Queen of Pain's about, what, 450 gold from Orchid. Got Clock already had his 4-staff up. Brew's going for... It could be a Scepter or a BKB. I mean, he's been caught out a couple times, so I could imagine that he does buy a BKB, but it could just be a Scepter as well.
Smoke up by eHome, hexing onto the Brewmaster. He doesn't even have his ulti. It's not back up for 3 more seconds. They're gonna bring the call down on him, but it's not gonna matter. Yes, it will.
Nice
wow,
hook
nice hook shot to prevent the ulti from Brewmaster. He just did have it up, and now they doesn't manage to get the ward trap off. And Bristleback, his back is turned. They are not doing very much damage to him. Leshrac comes out with the lightning bolt. They're not going to be able to catch this Bristleback. The rocket is going to hit him, but again, his back is turned. He doesn't really care. I do not think they have the damage to bring him down. Definitely not while his back is turned. And they realize this, and eHome backs off. Words are dropped in that fight, so, I mean, they bring down the Brewmaster, but how long is that CD? 90 seconds, so...
Yeah, so I think that's exactly why he might be going for a BKB here, because he had 2 seconds that he needed to live, and he couldn't.
He was in the animation when they killed him.
They're smoking up now, CDEC are in the mid lane. I mean, that splits up now, so they gotta get a fight off.
Yeah, if my name's aggressive, I'm really mad after that fight. I'm super salty, so...
Yeah.
I need to take out my anger on this enemy team. Specifically on this Clockwork, maybe, because he's the worst culprit. And Clockwork, look at that! The block! With the cogs! Are you psychic? Are you a wizard, ROTK? Oh, no. But he manages to blink out the Shadow Shaman. They try to initiate him, but he does get the blink out. Another call down. Another Shackles. This is a terrible fight for CDEC. They blow up the Brewmaster again before he can get the ulti off. Wow! And now the body block onto the Brewmaster. They're gonna bring, the Bristleback. They bring him down. The body blocks are just too strong. Now the Queen of Pain taking a ton of damage. She's gonna manage to get away. What an awful fight. They try to initiate on the Shadow Shaman, but his blink is too fast.
Terrible. That was just a really bad engagement. I mean, that Brew just got caught out again. Like, this is... Their entire draft is based on this Brewman. Like, if he doesn't get his ultimate off, like, they're gonna lose every fight. And that's 2 fights now. I mean, he still hasn't used it. It's been on cooldown for, it's been up for like 3 minutes now.
If you don't get your Brewmaster ulti off, you're gonna have a bad time.
And it's just been a perfect play by DDC, basically.
Yeah, that was a sick blink out. That was just in time. And, after everybody on CDEC blinked in and Shadow Shaman blinked out, they're just kind of sitting there with their thumb up their ass like, well, what do we do now, boys?
Yeah,
and eHome gently suggests, well, I mean, you could get fucked by us, so... which unfortunately does end up happening. Unfortunately, sad to say, Brewmaster does get fucked. So.
Yeah, so those last two team fights, they've got over 3,000 gold lead now, and 4,000 experience lead.
I mean, let's go ahead and like think forward, you know, like 20 or so minutes, or let's go ahead and start talking about like 50-minute games. Who do you think has the edge in like a 50-minute game?
I would definitely go for E-Home. Brew falls off hard late game. This Lesh is not a core Lesh, so he is not going to be the same Lesh that we saw last game. I mean, Rubik can steal a couple spells, but I mean, Gyro and Shadow Fiend are very, very scary late game heroes. Clock can make huge plays. I mean, if it's that late and Tree gets it with Scepter and has the entire map of trees seeded up, like that's, yeah, E-Home definitely has the favorable late game at this point. So.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I've always kind of thought that Brewmaster should have like some sort of Ags ulti that gives him like super late game potential. I don't know.
It's just, you know, every hero has its peak, and unfortunately for CDEC, they basically blew it. They got two fights where they didn't get split off, and they blew that entirely. They had the perfect early game, and just Brew getting caught out.
Quite literally the perfect early game, and couldn't get anything done with it due to just amazing awareness by E-Home. It's I feel like CDEC got played in that last fight.
Yeah, they just got outplayed. I mean, they blinked into fog, more or less.
Yeah, they blinked into nothing.
You know, if the fight's over. If Brew gets hexed, the fight's basically over, because the only thing that can stop them is Lesh has to split Earth on the Rashta while he's shackling the Brew, so.
Right. And I mean, they've just shown that they can pump out enough damage to kill the Brewmaster within like one shackle duration. So
yeah, easily.
And there's another Aegis going towards E-Home. No, they're gonna back off. CDEC actually, they have all of their ultis up. Actually, are you kidding me? Shrek. Oh, okay. No, he's level 9. Hasn't skilled his ulti. He's going 3-2-4 so far. Now,
yeah, a lot of support Lashes skip out that ultimate. They just don't have the mana.
E-Home smoking on the high ground. I mean, personally, I kind of hope E-Home wins because that helps out my predictions. So.
Right. So.
E-Home gonna smoke up, gonna make a little jaunt through the Radiant jungle. Looks like CDEC might know this is coming. I think they think that E-Home is at Roche. So they might not be expecting this wraparound gank. Gonna be ready to come. Now, Blinks. Now, Shiki. He's a chicken. They're gonna call down. Wow, tons of damage out onto that. Now, Shadow Fiend drops the LB. Bristleback just disappears. The Scream gets 3 on the Scream with the Queen of Pain, so that's really good. Brewmaster finally gets his split off, but I don't think it matters. They don't have any follow-up damage. Everybody else is dead. The only people that are left are Leshrac and Brewmaster. Wow, what just disappointing fights from CDEC.
Yeah,
they're not able to get anything done.
That was a huge cause. I mean, that was like, there's no way, you know, right at the bottom of the steps, like, no one can get in and out of it. The Bristleback was left alone by himself. I mean, the Brew split couldn't do anything. I mean, those are just, I mean, between the wards and the cogs, that entire area was trapped off, and there's nothing. They just had to sit there. Queen of Pain had to blink behind and scream, and there's just nothing that CDEC could do.
Yeah. And between the Shadow Fiend ult and the call down and all the damage that was being dumped out into Bristleback, he like took a bunch of damage, BKB'd, and died to like gyrocopter shooting him in the face.
As tanky as Bristle is, I mean, it's only 27 minutes. He doesn't have enough items to where he can live through that kind of punch yet. Yeah,
like, nice try, Bristleback. Nice BKB, bro.
This Brew still does not have his BKB yet. I mean, he's still 500 away.
It wouldn't have helped him in that fight. It wouldn't have helped him.
I mean, he got
They ignored the split.
He couldn't do anything. The cogs were there. Like, none of his team could do anything. They're all stuck behind the cogs in the walls. So
they completely ignored him, and it didn't matter. He wasn't able to get anything done. Does he have level 2 ulti? He just now got level 2 ulti. Wow.
Yeah. Those two fights were huge. huge swings for Ehome. Those two failed split fights.
I mean, what? Wow, Gyrocopter with a BKB and Demon Edge.
It's
It
not
is-
good for C-Deck at all.
Yeah, I mean, maybe now that Brewmaster has level 2 ulti, I'll give them one more fight and see if they can make something happen with level 2 Brew ulti. But I mean,
It's just
if
with two
C-Deck-
BKBs up,
if
Just-
C-Deck can't win this next fight with level 2 Brew ulti, I'd throw in the towel if I were C-Deck. I
Yeah,
mean, like, what are
it's
you
just-
gonna do?
it's really rough. They got They got BKB on the Shadow Fiend, BKB on the Gyro. Like they're not scared of anything that they can dish out right now.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Shaman's got his blink, so he's safe to initiate from wherever. I mean, it's just Ehome have all the items they need right now. So
Yeah, and CTY going for has the Eagle Song, has his choice of Butterfly or Ethereal Blade. I think either one would be valid in this
yeah,
game.
it'll be Butterfly.
I mean, there's not a lot of right clicks that can be evaded. I don't know.
I think it's just always adds up like Bristle and the Fire Spirit.
Oh, great hook in by ROTK. They're going to bring down the Rubik immediately. Now TP's back in by Bristleback, and so now he's in the fight. Brewmaster does get off his flip.
Instant
Now Bristleback stuck in the wards. What an unfortunate turn of events. He's trying to turn his back, and he does manage to get out of the wards, but they bring him down anyway. Now the
Nice
Brewmaster,
shackle.
great shackles
50
onto him. Now the Bristleback rebuying. He's going to get back into the fight. Now the Brewmaster, the split is over, and the Brewmaster is dead. The several members of Ehome are low, but it doesn't really matter. They're just going to heal back up because they've got living armor. And
Solar Crest. Good item.
Gyrocopter doesn't give a fuck. He's continuing to bash on this tower, as well as the Serpent Wards. And C-Deck can't do anything. They just have to watch as this Gyrocopter blows up their racks. TP's in by who TP'd in from C-Deck? I didn't even see. But regardless, Ehome back off, content with the tower. Some damage to the structures. Fight recap strongly in favor of. Actually, the fight recap is broken. Or
Yeah.
did it show anything for you?
No, it just said 0, gold, 0, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Volvo, please.
Yeah, I mean,
Ehome.
DBC is making big plays again. Like, he got the World Trap, instant hex and the burst into the World Trap. Like, then he's worthless. He can't do anything. He's a melee carry. Like, he can't do anything.
He sprays quills and hopes for the best.
Like, they're just, I think Ehome are just outplaying him at this point. I mean, they have better items to do it, but they're just outplaying him right now.
I agree. I'm surprised C-Deck didn't tap out after that fight.
I mean, they
frankly.
held racks at least. I think if the racks went down, I mean, they
Yeah, but like that's proof positive that even with level 2 Brew ulti that they couldn't get anything done. And like, what is their plan post 30 minutes? You know, once you get Deep Fly, like Butterfly on Shadow Fiend, MKB on Gyrocopter, like, what's your plan to deal with this damage, C-Deck?
The problem is they really don't have any disables. Like, their only hard disable is telekinesis, and that lasts for like what, 2 seconds? Yeah. I mean,
Brew ulti
okay.
has some disables, but I mean
they
that's
got-
an ulti.
yeah, they're gonna be BKB before he ever gets a split stun off, because the second he splits, the BKBs are out. Like, the Orchid doesn't mean anything because they got BKBs, so.
Ooh, ROTK missing the hook.
And Split Earth, I guess, but you can BKB dodge Split Earth, so that's not gonna do you any good. They just don't have any hard lockdown, and they can't deal with this.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they can deal with this. And Ehome, they're ready to take the fight to them again. They have buybacks. Nobody has buyback except for Treant. 12k gold lead. And they're going to initiate the instant drop on the wards. They're going to try and bring them down. C-Deck is before they can manage to get any damage. But ROTK catching two,
Oh,
force stepping out of the
nice.
cogs. Very nice. The BKB on the Brewmaster. He's gonna start bashing. Oh, the stolen ward. Very good for this Rubik. Now the call down onto this Brewmaster, but it doesn't matter. He actually manages to. It looks like he blinked out of that. Yeah, he did. Blinks out. Call down doesn't get anything done. This is actually a really good fight from C-Deck. Now Brewmaster blinking back in. Does get the split off. Doing some pretty good damage, but it doesn't matter. BKB on the gyrocopter. He's gonna basically take no damage. Scream goes out. ROTK getting very low, but they aren't managing to kill anyone. Bristleback is dead as well as the Rubik. So close they were to bringing down both ROTK and DDC, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, as we all know. And so eHome heal back up and go right back in. That's got to be so depressing for C-Deck, knowing that they had such an amazing team fight there and still didn't kill a soul.
Yeah, it's just those BKBs again. Brew came in for the split, and it's just like the second we see that animation, that BKB gets popped, and Gyro doesn't give a crap anymore.
That's
It's just they're just so far behind in items that they really don't have any initiation at all. Like they played that fight really good, and they didn't really get anything out of it at all. So
they stole wards. Queen of Pain got a 3-man ulti off, or was it 4?
I think it was 3. Yeah,
3 or 4 person, a bunch of people in ulti.
Yeah.
Brewmaster got his full duration split off. You know that all of that was fine. Bristleback got out a ton of damage. They got them both out of the cogs very quickly. I mentioned the ward steal. Leshrac was managed to basically he was able to do his thing for the entire duration of the fight, but it didn't matter. Like they're just too tanky between the BKBs and ROTK hook traps 3 in the cog. Great hook from him, but they're all gonna blink out now. And the counter cogs from the Rubik, but he's gonna die instantaneously. He does not want to be trapped inside that Shadow Beam. He's just chucking those snowballs. They're gonna go down and they're gonna GG out. C-Deck realizing they've been bested.
That's the play of the qualifiers right there. Was that a 4-man hook into cogs? Like that's
ROTK.
That's how you make plays.
Making like Bulba plus universe level clockwork plays on that one.
That was insane.
That was a sick hook.
That's top 10 plays of the year right there. 1 and 20 for his clockwork. 1 and 20.
Granted, the game was already over, but it was a pretty sick play.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, speaking of people that...
I mean, the summary of that game to me is just C-Deck had such a good lead in the early game, and they got that blink dagger in those 2 fights where he didn't get split off either fight. That just swung. I think the game was basically close to over at that point.
Yeah. Well, speaking of people that are going to be tapping out, I think I'm going to call it a night. Anybody that's watching right now, you can follow me on Twitter, r_Exilus. I'll type that out. I mean, I guess, I don't know if you can copy paste this. Copy paste that anywhere, Iggy. But yeah, follow me there. I don't have a Twitch yet. I just stream with other people and all my friends. So, I appreciate the hospitality, gentlemen, and hopefully when Slacks gets back, we'll be able to cast with him. But I'm gonna call it a night.
All right. Yeah, it's been a long night for sure, because we still could potentially have 3 more games after this.
Potentially, but
like one,
no. Please no 3 more games. Please.
It's looking like 1, but you never know. It could be 3.
It's true. Did you have any shout outs?
Shout outs to, I guess, I mean, not Action Slacks anymore, but
Yeah, not anymore.
Shout outs to Alex for mad analysis.
Shout outs to everybody holding it down when someone was slacking.
You have a team, is that Team ROTK shirt?
Yeah.
It is indeed.
Okay, no one on stream saw it except me, so.
I might be a little biased, but not really. The bias comes after. after the game is over.
Right. All right. So let's see. It's Russell's leaving, and you're staying. So I have to make that happen.
I think what's his face? Joseph said he'll come back for this game.
I have to add him. Ooh. He gave me a button to do that.
Yeah, so eHome have taken a convincing 2-0 lead in this best of 5 grand final series. Just to
Yeah,
remember
it's
for everybody, like this, both like the loser, if CDEC ends up losing this, they're not out. It's just that if the winner of the series is guaranteed a spot, and then the second place
well, they're out. I mean,
each region,
they lost.
yeah,
Right.
the second place of each region is still going to Seattle, but they're playing 4 teams will play for the last 2 spots. So I mean,
Yep, and
CDEC is still going to Seattle.
I don't think that they said anything about the format for. I would assume that it's very similar to the format that is the qualifiers, or it's the same format that they used in previous TIs, and they're just going to take the top 2 instead of the top 1.
Yeah, yeah. There's 16 spots. So you got 10 filled, and then you have the 4 from the regions, and then the 2 from
Yeah,
the remaining.
but they do
regions.
they do some kind of like. How did they do it before? Wasn't there a mini round robin that seeded a like a best of 1 bracket or something? There was a certain way that they did the wild card play-in.
They might have just
It,
matched them up because last year it was Liquid.
That's what it was. It was 2 sets of best of
CIS.
3s,
Yeah.
and
they
then
might
there
have
was
had
a
loser
final
bracket
best of
out
3.
that, right? They might have had 2 sets of 3s.
I
and then a
don't
loser
I don't know if
bracket.
there was a losers bracket.
Let me look it up.
I want to say last year was you could have been out on. Last year's format had issues. I don't know if it's the same one from previous years.
Yeah, it was
Did
like
he
Liquid
answer the call?
CIS. I forget.
Yeah, I'm here. I just wanted to say, like,
Oh, okay, cool.
I think even if CDEC loses next game, I think they're on tilt after losing that first game. I think even if they lose this, they'll get the wild card because I don't see anyone from South Asia beating this CDEC team, and I don't see anyone from like the American qualifier. Maybe the American qualifier NAR could do it, but like
Yeah,
I think
NAR and Cole are strong. Yeah. Complexity.
So you give nothing to MVP Phoenix and nothing to Rave.
I mean, like, it's Korean
Nothing.
Dota at the end of the day. They're still behind, I guess. Like, I don't know if Korea played Dota 1. I don't want to say anything, like, overtly stupid, but it really just seems like they need time to catch up to everyone else. Like, honestly, Aggressive is, like, going to carry his team versus any South Korean team, 100%. No, I don't give anything to MVP Phoenix. That's the short answer.
I mean, I think, well,
I'd have to disagree. But CDEC has to clean up these drafts. They've made so many drafting errors in this qualifier. They've lost games because they made mistakes in the draft.
yeah.
They need to ban Gyrocopter. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that's where it starts. There was one draft where they banned Earthshaker in the first round, which precipitated them having to ban Broodmother in. They had to waste additional bans because they're banning Dumb Heroes in the first round.
Yeah,
and I think
there's
it's
no way to give away Gyrocopter. If they give away Gyrocopter,
eHome's good enough. They have Lanham on their team. I mean, they have good enough people on their team to when they see people make those mistakes, they're going to take advantage of them. And then like some of these, I don't think the outdrafts are as bad as that particular one, but I mean I think they're taking themselves out of their comfort zone, and this is not where you want to be in a best of 5.
Yeah.
Alex, that first game, I honestly think that if CDEC banned Gyrocopter instead of Ancient Apparition first, they would.
It was Ancient Apparition. What was the second ban? What was the second ban?
The first game it was AA Clockwork. Second game it was AA Earthshaker. So,
what did they pick first? Why does
Pain first both
they
games.
went Quap?
Yeah.
Was there like any reason in that game for AA? Because I remember going, okay, I can see the AA because they picked Clock.
Yeah, the series before it was the AA into Clockwork into Void that won them
right
that game. So I guess they're kind of worried about that being used again. I guess.
They were worried about it. Yeah, they were worried about it being used against them because you have to remember that eHome was obviously watching the CDEC game, but I don't know. At the same time,
you just can't give away Gyrocopter. It's just stupid. Exactly. Just don't do it. Just can't.
Well, I mean,
Undying and
I don't know if
Gyro
you guys know the stats. I was looking into the stats. I mean, like, if the best hero in these qualifiers right now is kind of Gyro, just period. Like, he says like a 6, like, I don't know the stat off exactly, but it's about 65% win rate, and he's been in every single game, let's just say. It's basically 100% pick or ban.
Yeah,
Him and Clock.
I don't know what they're thinking right now. I have no idea. It's just you don't give them away. Undying and Gyro, unless you know exactly what you're going to be doing, you don't take that risk. It's dumb. But
It's
yeah, so
funny.
I looked up the format for last year, and it was just 2 best of 3s that they just kind of picked randomly, and then you were just eliminated. So there's no loser bracket.
Yeah, there was no losers bracket. It was just the
So, yeah.
This year, if they do it, I mean, you can't statistically say. See. I have no idea who Valve has on staff to decide the formats for their tournaments and to decide fairness. But it doesn't. If there's 2 that are going to advance, if 2 are going, it's not Bruno. That's part of the problem. It's why as soon as I get on the microphone, I start gurging. Oh my god! It's every time. Every time. Like, I was on the Slack stream, we had Ryu and Gurg. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
At least I have furniture. At least I have furniture. That's all I have to say. But the problem, like, if there's going to be 2 that get in, and if it's the same format as last year, there has to be a losers bracket, because otherwise you could never face. It's basically weird. Like, the person that knocks you out, there's weird stuff that happens. So, like,
yeah, you want to.
If I beat the first person, but
yeah, exactly.
I would have to lose to 2 separate groups, basically. Because if I only lose to one group, it doesn't really. There has to be some way
They
to.
basically flew you around to Seattle for nothing at that point. You know what I mean? They could have just done that.
Well, it can't be how they're doing this, because this is a rip-off at the Page playoff in curling. Well, except the fact that they broke the way the round robin works, which is why people have been saying the format sucks, because it's mathematically wrong. But it's just that you have to have that losers bracket, because otherwise, if I win one match, I'm in the final and I'm already in automatically, sort of. So they have to do something different. That's what I think that.
I think they will. I think they'll do a loser bracket. It's just you might.
So with that said,
yeah.
This is the whole setup of the question. Is that so? There's 4 teams that are going to get in. So I mean, okay, one of them is going to be CDEC. They have to basically be able to beat 2 other teams. One of them NA, one, So, okay, so it's going to be like honestly, a Navi or Alliance, for instance.
Right, exactly. Before I talk more about CDEC's capabilities, I have to see who's going to come out of EU, because that's difficult. Yeah. The Navi, the Europe one is stacked.
That would be the strongest team.
I don't know who did the groups. There's one group in EU. Somebody's leaving in the group phase that probably, like, some people were considering that, like, a Navi or Alliance should have gotten a direct invite. And one of them is not making it to the playoff.
One group is HR, Navi, and Vega Squadron are all in one group. So one of those teams won't be able to make it. So, yeah. And those are all really... Well, I guess Navi's kind of... But, I mean,
they're still a big name. They're still a big name. They can still win big games. I understand that they aren't, VG or anything. I completely understand that. But,
yeah.
I mean, you've seen the quality of some of the games in this qualifier. I mean,
yeah.
Fine. But so, you answer the question.
I told you, it's hard, because it's like, yo, you know what? Screw it. I got CDEC over Navi. Let's go. If Navi...
Okay.
Yes, I'm saying it right now. Mark my words. When they get to Seattle, Aggressive is gonna watch Dundee's pretty boy face, and his killer instincts are gonna engage. He's gonna see red, and he's gonna leave Navi in a pool of blood on the floor. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, so right now we got for NA, it's gonna be either Complexity or tonight they're playing Mouse Sports. So one of it'll be Complexity, Mouse Sports, or NAR. Will be one of the NA teams still left over. And here
NAR and Mouse still have to play.
Well, yeah, I know, but one of those 3 teams will still be, one of those gets the spot, and the other one of those 3 teams will have the other spot. So,
Complexity was... There's a video of Complexity just getting absolutely rambunctiously excited for their win. They were really excited.
They weren't even supposed to, that Nature's Prophet Moonrander, me and Alex were casting that game. He sprouted Dazzle and blocked Shadow Fiend for 6 seconds. It was
Oh man. Yeah.
That's tough.
NAR did some. I mean, welcome to NA Dota, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
NAR was supposed to win. You know what I mean? Like quotation marks. They were the favorite.
Supposed to get second place.
Yeah.
They were the
Well, we
second
know what
place
NAR
favorites.
is. I mean,
Yeah.
like NAR should have. I think they actually didn't cash at TI last year. I want to say they finished by tiebreaker at $0 in like
At the
13th
bottom,
place.
yeah, I think so.
No, they lost on a head-to-head tiebreaker to not
Yeah.
get paid.
Yeah, let me check. They finished. Yeah, I mean they're obviously at the bottom. Yeah,
It
they
was
finished-
either very close. I want to say it was a four-way tie or something for whatever ranking.
No, they were second to
and-
last. They were 15th place, so they weren't even.
Oh, so they
close.
had too many losses. They weren't even close. Never
Yeah,
mind.
they
But
were
no,
5
wasn't.
and 10.
Remind me. Does it have the prize thing on there for? Did the
'cause
place
NAR
above them?
NAR was not.
Were they so far out?
at the time, right?
It was Narvi. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the place stopped at. I think 15, 16 didn't get you any money, did it? Maybe it did. I
I
forget.
thought it was 15th.
Well, 15, 16 would be tied for last. So.
Yeah, they're out. Yeah. But it was like 13, 14, 15, 16 didn't make it out of the round robin or something, but like some of them cashed.
Yeah, actually, I think it was 10. I think top.
It might have been further up.
Yeah, because Alliance didn't make it through either. Yeah, and they were 12th. So yeah, it was
Yep.
the top 10, and then I think 11 through 14 cash.
Okay, so they weren't
I don't
even.
think Yeah, I don't
Never
think
mind.
15, 16 cash at all. They might have.
I want to say like day one or something. Like they were much closer, and then they lost a lot of
Yeah,
games.
I think they won a couple. I think they started out maybe 3-0, maybe.
I don't know about, but they were like 500. Let's just say they were 500 after day one, and then like
Yeah.
the day two, they just lost so many games that it didn't even. Everybody around them, they lost. Like they were done well before the end.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I guess this isn't this the traditional in Chinese Dota. They will take a break after the second game. So we should. Here it is. I was going to say that was about a 10-minute break. So I'm loading in. Stream may freeze up a little bit. There's a you drop frames when you load Dota sometimes because that's what Dota does.
It looks like the game is up in Dota TV.
Yeah, I'm loading.
Yeah, they started out 3-0 day one,
No kidding.
and then they won. They lost their first game day 2, won, so they were 4-1 day 2.
There is news, by the way, that the two Korean, I believe there's only two Korean teams, or I guess there's Raven there too, excuse me. But MVP Hot 6 and MVP
Yeah.
Phoenix are both
Went to
traveling
Singapore.
to Singapore
Yeah.
to play in the qualifier. And I mean, if I was their manager, I would spend the money to do that because
Yeah, definitely.
there's a very good chance that they're going to make it.
Yeah. Well, actually, like I don't know how much you guys been following the C scene, but like Hot 6 is actually the better MVP team now. So they're actually
They're both
better
still.
than Phoenix.
I would say the final. I wouldn't be surprised if the final table for that is the two MVP teams and Rave.
Yeah, I mean, I think the other MVP
I-
is still top 4 candidate, but I mean, I have MVP 6 on my number 1 right now, so
Oh man,
the Hot 6 one.
how much experience do they have playing outside of their region?
Yeah. There's another big
Yeah.
problem that everybody always criticizes Southeast Asian about. It's like you have to play people that are not Southeast Asians if you're gonna catch up to the rest of the world.
I think, I mean, it's probably
Because if they're better
It's just-
players, that's great.
it's just
I just
internet.
don't see them.
it's just internet issues, isn't it? Like, I mean, just it's hard for them to play out of server, which is exactly why they're traveling to Singapore, you know. So most of their games
Well,
are against each other.
I don't know how like if I like 1v1 mid against someone, or anything, like I notice when the ping is like anywhere between 30 to 50 different. My friend says, well, there's no way for you to be able to tell that. No, I can tell that he's getting denies that I normally, would be able to get last hits on. And like, small lag differences make a big difference. So I can only imagine, like, it's got to be like 100 more ping to play from Korea to... There's just no way. I don't even know, like, if the pros just kind of, like, don't talk about it because of how... Like, if you blink in and hit someone first, you win. Like, we see all these fights. I don't understand the... I don't know, this is a future thing that will just have to be... Okay.
Yeah, I played on European servers one time and had like 250 ping. I'm like, yeah, this is... I think...
Are you US East or US West?
West.
That would I can play with some friends like UK, and get, on US West I can get like under 150, and it's playable. But this is pub crap. If I wanted to play a 5-man in-house game that for money, let's say, we're betting money on it, there's no way in hell I would play it on a European server.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm in US East. Like, I can't even play on West. That's how bad. Like, what ping do you get on West?
Probably around, like...
60?
Yeah, around 50, 60.
50? Oh my goodness. I can't even get 60 on US East anymore. Like, 2 or 3 years ago, I could get 40, and I'd be under 100 on West. My West is now 120, and my East is about 60 to 80. And my internet connection hasn't changed. I have the same provider. Their service is great. It could be the pipes in between. Sure, a lot has changed on the internet, but I mean, if I look at how much lag distance is for like speed tests and stuff, that's where the stuff is at now, and I'm like, wow. So like, if I wanted to be like, there's a few people I know that are out in like, British Columbia or whatever, and they get great ping, like Seattle and stuff. Apparently, there's a reload. People can't get into the game, so you're seeing. Here they go. That was the delay of the game catching up as well. Like, they all loaded in, and we're catching up to 2 minutes.
Right.
Of watching them connect in. Was the Mars Observer okay? Or, do you care which one?
I use free camera, so I wasn't... I don't even know.
I usually use free camera too, but I don't want to do... Because if I'm I try to go to things you guys are looking at if they aren't paying attention to it.
Right.
Great, let's see some draft, and then when the game starts, I'll shut the hell up.
So, if they do not ban gyrocopter, we should just call it now and shut off the stream.
Okay, I'm for that.
Like, they better not. Like, I don't know what they would be doing.
eHome also have first pick, so that increases the...
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I always forget how the side and pick stuff goes, because they're on Radiant with first pick. That's normal, correct?
Radiant Dire doesn't matter. Sometimes Radiant is first pick, sometimes Dire's first pick. It depends on like what the players flip the coin for. You said all of that.
Well, somebody has the priority, so they picked Radiant,
you can either pick.
Or they're on. Excuse me. You get. Yeah, I thought that was how it works. You get to pick one or the other. I don't know. The last game eHome was on Dire, so I would assume by standard. I thought standard was Radiant gets first pick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You
unless for some reason you say the other team picked first for some reason.
Yeah, you flip a coin. You either pick side or pick, and like a secret are obsessed with Radiant. Like Puppy will take Radiant every single time if it means giving up first pick every single time. So
I would, wouldn't you?
Obviously Puppy loves his jungle heroes, so the Radiant jungle is so much easier to work with.
Yeah.
So that's why
it has like 55 something. The win rate on it's stupid. It's clearly like gotten less balanced over. So you got no
gyro,
no ban.
Man, jeez.
Oh god. Why are you banning Clockwork? Why? For what, dude? Who cares? I know that.
Well, no, they're up 2-0. eHome they can ban whatever they want.
Wow. So they're giving away
the
gyro.
Drow Undying.
So they're giving CDEC the gyro this game.
Are CDEC smart enough to take it? That's really what it comes down to, though.
So they really, really love that apparition. Like,
Both teams love apparition apparently.
jeez, what? I don't even know what's going on anymore.
That was
They get a
is this a
gyro
pocket
fourth
strat?
pick. Like,
Gyro's
this
still
is
in the
some,
pool.
this is some crazy shit.
Dude, I hope that you home don't pick gyro and then somebody bans it in the second phase. Just one game without gyro.
That would be the first time that might have ever happened since the new patch came out.
What
Gyro
else could
gets
they?
banned second phase.
There's still Earthshaker, but they don't really need him yet. I just know that's one of Lanham's, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
He
instant,
certainly has enough utility.
There it is.
And I don't even know how, like, I don't even, like, if CDEC lose, they deserve to lose this game. Like,
Right.
I don't even, like, this bounty hunter, I mean, unless you're going to be using it to gank mid, like, you're going
I
to,
mean, we do know CDEC are creative. Like, they do have interesting stuff, but let's see how interesting it's going to be. It's going to be interesting enough to take down the gyro.
As interesting as that first game was, it didn't work out in the end, so.
The
Yeah,
gyro
I was
just
gonna
gets
say,
fat quick. Like, it's ridiculous.
there's no booby prize for most creative throw.
I mean, this has been
That's
the
not a thing.
Yeah, this has been the exact same bans the entire series.
Viper ban?
Yeah, it's been banned the entire series, yeah.
Okay, maybe do you guys know, like, are they like, because I know there's some weird scrimming things that have happened in the last year or so with what's happening in China Dota scene. Is there any reason to believe that, like, I'm pretty much with the, I don't know why they're not banning the big heroes right now, but is there any credence to what they're doing? Like,
I mean,
I know we're saying no, but, like, think about it again. Is there any reason that they should be banning these guys?
the Lifestealer, I was looking through some games, eHome have actually played Lifestealer a couple times. My only guess is that Gyro is really weak. That his biggest weakness is just carries that get in your face, and that's exactly what Lifestealer does. But
Okay.
so I mean, I can see why that. But they've been banning the Clock and the Brood every game, and the Viper is just good against Queen of Pain middle. But I don't need Queen
Yeah.
of Pain hasn't gone middle in either of those two games, anyways. So
Bounty Hunter also cannot gank a Viper. That's why I thought they banned Viper. It's like when you're
That's
Bounty
fair.
Hunter, you can't go onto a Viper. That just
Yeah.
doesn't work, right?
right.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Spirit
the
Breakers.
Lifestealer bans is definitely because of the gyrocopter. So every time you see a gyrocopter pick,
Yeah.
you'll probably see a Lifestealer ban.
Yeah.
I think that eHome banned the Broodmother because they know how good CDEC is at creating space with it.
Yeah.
They don't want the same thing that happened in the first game to happen to them again. But I mean, I don't know. In terms of credence, I just think CDEC, when you're playing a best of 5, you do have to have that one game where you beat the enemy's best hero to try to win. But
But when you fail at it twice, like
yeah.
you gotta adapt. That's the whole point of having 5 game series, and it's not a best of 1. Like there's the
There's
Earthshaker
Earthshaker.
again. Yep.
Hmm.
So like the Queen of Pain has to be careful. Can't be blinking right into an Earthshaker who's just gonna instantly ulti you. I think that eHome, the Earthshaker pick is also, it's like a tanky hero versus Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter
Yeah.
cannot come out to Earthshaker because Earthshaker will just like the melee stun.
I mean, this is more or less the same picks. I mean, the Gyro, Queen of Pain, the Darkseer, Earthshaker coming out. Like they have their set strategy, and apparently they don't want to change it for nothing. So
Like, why would you pick Darkseer into Gyrocopter? I just don't understand, honestly.
I don't know, cause yeah, I don't know.
I think Darkseer is such a weak, like, so much of, because I mean, you can't do the jungle so much in this patch because it's been nerfed even more from the previous
Yeah.
patch that already nerfed the jungle. So what does Darkseer do in a lane? Okay, you put Ion Shell and things. What does it do? It pushes it. So okay, so this lane is, you lose control of lanes by picking Darkseer. I mean, his wall, like, he can do devastating things. It's
The
just,
wall- the wall's
his
just
laning
not
is
good
so
against-
bad.
Against this lineup, like Apparition Image isn't gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Earthshaker Image isn't gonna do anything. Gyrocopter's Image is okay.
And
but
so
it's
making your
flat
lanes
damage.
awkward, what are you getting for it? Exactly what you're saying. You're not really getting, at least,
Once
I mean,
again,
unless
we have
they're
two-
bottling them into a corner.
Yeah, we got 2 offlane heroes in Bounty Hunter and Darkseer. So they gonna do dual offlane again, or is Bounty Hunter gonna roam on mid the whole game? I guess that's what he'd be doing.
Ehome haven't
So,
picked their mid yet. Even they could pick like the most escapist mid ever, and then just like
yeah,
bounty hunters even more useless. But it is a bounty hunter Darkseer combo where like Darkseer puts the iron shell on
yeah.
bounty. I don't know
They're
if you
probably gonna
should
pick
do
Shadow
anything.
Fiend, right? What? Why not?
I wouldn't pick a.
It's not banned yet. I wouldn't pick it either.
Fancy bounty hunter. I'd pick. I mean, Puck would be good. I mean, Queen of Pain's obviously hard to take it.
I don't really see a problem with. I don't really see a problem. I mean, it's a really CDEX lineup really feels like a ragtag lineup to me. Like they're all, maybe with the exception of Darkseer, just because I don't really know where he fits well in this patch. But like each of them have the capabilities. They're not OP, but I mean they're strong heroes in their own right. But as far as like synergy, the synergy is just kind of, well, they all do damage. Okay.
Yeah.
But like what you were saying before with the Puck is like, I know that Queen of Pain's auto attack animation is better than Puck's, and that counts for so much. But you have to understand also like Puck takes away Queen of Pain's Q. Like Queen of
Yeah.
Pain, if you're up against
Yeah.
Puck, probably shouldn't even skill that. Like first. Oh, it is gonna be Storm Spirit.
That's another
Okay.
good pick. That's another good pick.
There you go.
Bounty Hunter can shut down Storm Spirit. I will say that. Like
Yeah.
it is dangerous.
You have to do it before level 6, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, that Earthshaker pick could be camping mid the entire game, and you'll never be able. I mean, you can turn that into a double kill. So
Exactly. Yo, big black penises from the fog. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
They're gonna
enough
have
play in it.
yeah, they're gonna have to get 3 man. It's gonna have to be Lion and Bounty Hunter with the Queen of Pain on mid, and then Earthshaker's there to back him up with the Fisher, and TP comes in from somebody, and yeah, they're gonna have to be focused. I mean, and the whole time they're gonna be spinning on the Storm Spirit. Gyro's gonna have freeform again. So
Yeah.
I mean, CDEC needs. I mean, they need a carry of some kind. Like, they need some way to bulls those towers. Because, like, right now, their lineup can't. Like, if they get ahead, how are they going to win the game?
yeah,
They're just going to stand there and kill the whole team with this ragtag lineup. Because, I mean, they're obviously scared of team fight. They banned Tidehunter.
yeah, and the Jug was a good ban because it's exactly the type of hero that CDEC are looking for at this point. So
Watch him pick Sniper. What a sniper.
I mean,
Make it stupid.
Slark would be a good pick other than having against the Earthshaker, but I mean, it's the one hero that can make Slark's life hard. But
If Slark gets hit by Ancient Apparition ulti,
Yeah, I was going to say.
yeah, that too. Yeah,
But like,
It's kind of hard to land on Slark, but that'd be my immediate concern.
yeah,
Because you go in, you try to throw a stun, and Storm Spirit goes in and grabs him. You throw down a call down, you throw a ball in, and Slark can't get out of the Storm Spirit in time. He's just dead.
but going back to what you were saying, Iggy, like Night Stalker, it's like when I play a Night Stalker game, it's like you get a triple kill during nighttime, and you realize like you literally can't even take any tower damage because Night Stalker is the worst pushing hero in Dota 2. Like that's sort of the effect you have here.
yeah.
Vanguard helps, but obviously you have to be far enough ahead to even consider purchasing an item that doesn't really help your assassin skills. Because, I mean, people are hitting you as Night Stalker. It's you're not doing it right. There we go.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Ember might be coming out.
That brings us together a little bit. That brings things together.
Late game carry. I mean, the only problem is just if Ember gets a slow start, like it's really, really hard to catch back up with him.
I mean, who else on their team needs farm? Just give him everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're on Dire, so he is going to get everything.
Yeah, he's a farm vacuum, so that's what he does.
Not as bad as Tinker, though.
Get Orchid and go in on Ember every time.
Yeah.
Before Ember can get out. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's
this
kinda
is.
scary to me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's problems. There you go. That's right at playing in exactly what you're talking about.
So like Zeus is gonna ulti and then Zeus is gonna find Ember.
Oh yeah,
all
they're
the
just
time.
gonna dive ball him. Like, who else matters on that team? If Ember's dead, they can't do anything.
Yeah, they're
Sure, they
very,
can fight you. People are gonna die. Who cares?
Yeah, very
Ember's
top
dead.
heavy line. You got Queen of Pain and Ember, and then everybody else.
But I will say, if Ember can get ahead, there's a lot there. But
Yeah,
what is Wall? what does Wall do for you with that? Wall doesn't do anything.
It really doesn't. I don't know. They really like Darkseer, but they've picked him into terrible lineups. Like,
If Storm Spirit Ball Lightnings through a wall, does it make a thing, or is he immune to the? It does make a thing, doesn't it? I think it makes a thing, because even if you have BKB, it just, you don't take the damage, but it still makes the illusion. I'm trying to think, if I lay down a wall and I manage to get the gyro and the storm, I mean, that
the only
should be
person that
damage.
does right clicks on that team is Gyro.
I mean, the storm
you have to understand, Iggy, the storm relies on the passive, and the passive is magical. Darkseer Wall doesn't get that.
I know. I absolutely know that. I'm just saying that when we get to later game where he hits for like 150 or something, that's a number, okay? That's a number that's hitting things. I mean, you don't get Gyro's flat cannon.
Yeah, it's
you just get his raw damage.
Is really good against Darkseer because in the
Gyrocopter's disgusting.
Yeah, he's just disgusting in general.
Because that flat cannon, all you have to do, because like flat cannon used to be absolutely terrible because it rolled for misses twice. So after changes to how flat cannon works, all you do now is buy an MKB because he can't crit anyways. So the relative value of MKB is higher. You just buy an MKB, and all of a sudden the Solar Crest crap doesn't matter. The butterflies don't matter. Nothing that slows him down matters anymore. Defensive items don't work, and that's a huge advantage, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I would, at first glance, I'd definitely give E-Home the draft. I mean, I said at the first game, and CDEX started out really good, but in the end, they didn't come through.
I think mathematically, like, the first game, E-Home still won that draft technically. It was just, like, by a small percentage, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But, I mean,
they didn't, you know.
This Darkseer just... I mean, you get a blink and you can get some vacuums off, but, I mean, the wall isn't going to do anything for you this game, really.
I mean, maybe there's an Ion Shell trick. Like, okay, so you put Ion Shell on the Bounty Hunter.
I mean,
and
the Ember with
that's sort of a lane.
Flame and Ion Shell would be good, but...
Well, yeah, look at the lanes. Okay, so the mid matchup, Quap Storm, no surprise there. They're going aggressive with the gyro. I guess, again, that's why they pick Ancient Apparition. When a Chinese team first picks Ancient Apparition, you have to smell the aggressive trialing coming.
Yeah.
So they're going to put the Darkseer top. They do that. And so Ember's supposed to be farming bottom against the Zeus. Okay. Let's see how that works out.
I actually like the Darkseer pick now. Now seeing the way that they knew what E-Home was going to lane this is what I think you just clued me in on. This Darkseer can actually get farm.
Weaver could. I guess Weaver's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Darkseer would get farm out of
Weaver's really.
Like late game, Darkseer, like the wall's not going to do anything for you. It's just kind of a weird. I understand, like, you know, what you're saying. You want.
But take just the vacuum. Take a good vacuum with some ion shells and Ember Spirit catching all the people in the vacuum. Hey, there's something more than nothing there. I mean, because that lane, that 3-on-1 lane sucks. I mean, I've been in that lane.
If they get a 3, 4, 5-man vacuum into Ember Spirit doing his sleight of fist, I will bite my big toe on site. I will do it. That would be so godlike.
I mean, that's the plan, right? Because if the plan is the big vacuum, like let's say Lion even gets an Aghanim's.
Yeah,
Stop.
That game, but...
Yo, that was so nuts, dude.
That was like that.
They're going to the bottom. It looks like Bounty Hunter went in
Zeus
and Lion stunned them, and they're just going to chase them down.
Yeah, GG Zeus. Night.
Yeah, that's what happens when you pick a third core Zeus. It's always in luck.
I think it's just what happens when you have ROTK on a hero that has a low health pool with one of the worst run speeds in the game.
Yeah, and has no survivability whatsoever.
What tournament was it that he fed like 10 kills in a game and like his team basically lost at the time?
Every single
he basically
tournament.
fed
All of them. It happens once a tournament, so.
Remember at DAC where he missed like 3 Ravages in one game?
Yeah.
I think it was DAC.
He missed a refresher. He Ravage, missed, refresher, and then missed again. Basically. Like, he might have hit one person, I remember, maybe. into
Looks like
that.
they're
The
gonna.
commentator in the game was like, like he's setting up the refresher, and then he missed the refresher. And oh my god, he missed the second refresher.
Yeah.
They're gonna go. They're gonna go on Zeus again. They're not gonna let him come into lane. Well, I don't know why they didn't start on him yet.
I mean, this
Well, I
is
guess
what. Yeah, they have to. Like, they need to make use of this bounty hunter. Like, this is what they have to do.
Why didn't they go on him when he was?
I don't know.
They should have. They honestly could have and should have.
He was dead. He would have been dead. Like,
He would have been dead.
Well, I mean, we know more than they do. Like, I mean, we don't know that if somebody TP'd to the tower, they could have been in trouble technically. But everyone's on the map, so yeah. Oh no, Earthshakers miss, and they don't know that because the ward that they
that's
placed
true.
is outside of the range.
When
Yeah.
Zeus was between tier 1 and tier 2, that's when you got him top rune. It looks like they're gonna trade harass back and forth. Earthshaker's just gonna stand back here and make sure that his buddy gets the rune, and he does. But he has that shadow strike on him. But it doesn't matter. It looks like they're gonna go in on bot. They're just gonna tower dive it. Screw you, Zeus. Like, this is why you don't pick off lane Zeus. But the bounty hunter is gonna get turned around on. Gyrocopter is here now. Okay, it looks like the Ember Spirit's just gonna disengage. Alright, so they are harassing out the Zeus a bit, I guess. Because like bounty hunter dying, he does need the levels, so like he can't stay level 2 forever.
yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
It's
So they're gonna
still level
send
2
Zeus
forever.
top.
Yeah, that's a good
Level 2 is huge.
point. Because, I mean, bounty hunter can't gank Gyrocopter. They're switching lanes up completely, so they're going Zeus solo offlane at this point against the Darkseer, so... But,
To be honest,
I mean-
Darkseer should be able to wreck that too. He should be able to push this lane and like take this tower.
Bounty's coming right back top lane, though, so Zeus might end up dying again here. So...
Yo, he put the eye on, so
Ion
let's go.
Shell, yeah, he's dead. He's a goner. Run, ROTK, you're dead.
Yo, hates that dude.
I mean, they're just gonna kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. Gyro, you gotta kill him bottom lane at the same time.
That's on Ember. That's big. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the AA rotated to bot with them.
Yeah,
But Ember,
it's-
I don't think he lost money. It doesn't
Yeah,
show that he
it's-
lost any gold. He bought a bottle and stuff.
Alright, so the next thing that's gonna happen, okay, so you see the bounty hunter going mid, look at the 6-minute rune, look at the courier. Bounty hunter is gonna go for that courier snipe. I'm gonna keep my eye on the minimap in case action happens in top or bottom, but I just have my camera on this bounty hunter to see if he does anything. Oh, he's level 6. He just hit 6 on Storm Spirit, so it
Yeah.
has to be a courier sniper or nothing. This ward is
going
a ward.
in on mid, yeah, he's fine.
Though, you see this aggressive ward that bounty hunter just placed?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep, right behind the mid towers on Radiant.
Okay, so
It's in the
Storm
woods,
Spirit
though.
did go top. He got a regen, so he's just ready to go to work. Let's see what he does. He goes in, and he hits line once, goes in again, hits line twice, does get hexed. He has to do the impale. He does it. Now the regen, he's gonna pop the regen and he's gonna go back in. He's gonna get the kill. His regen has been knocked off. He doesn't have any
He's dead.
mana. If Ember Spirit gets
He's
this
dead
kill,
here.
that's so cool. No,
Wow.
he turns back. Gosh.
He almost
If
got
Ember
nothing
Spirit
for that
was
too.
6
Yeah.
Oh, during that, Earthshaker died mid. Dude, honestly, if Ember killed like Storm there, that would have been such a huge shutting blow. Because like we said, Ember's like the most important hero, and Storm is the highest level on E-Home, so it would have been a huge swing. Oh shit! Let's look at the last hits.
Yeah, Gyro's at the top, 45, Queen of Pain 35, Ember 32, 33. So, pretty much to be expected. I mean, this game is basically playing out as, you know, Bounty got a couple early ganks, a couple rotations. The whole thing about these professional games is, you know, when you're getting ganked on one lane, everyone else needs to respond in another lane, and that's usually what happens, so...
Smoke bottom.
It's pink and
Lion and Quap.
Oh, they're gonna.
Yeah, the Darkseer's visible.
They're gonna find this dude. He's been hexed, and he's down.
Are they gonna see the stack?
CDEC, as
don't-
always, making it interesting. We always talk about the Jets.
They got a DD rune too.
Yeah.
But they didn't see this nasty stack that Zeus built up in one of the Radiant hard camps.
Lion shouldn't have shown himself, I don't think. I think he should have just stayed back in the trees, waited for his Hex to come on cooldown, and if he gets the Hex off, Queen of Pain will blink in and Bounty Hunter will be on him, on the Storm, but whatever.
I mean, they don't really have... I mean, do you really think they can burst 758 that fast? Because Pop have... Oh, she has ulti now, yeah. Is that enough? 290 plus 2... No, that's not enough, though.
No, not by herself. I mean, she gets
Bounty Hunter was there.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter had Shuriken, level 2.
I mean, if Lion could have landed both stuns, sure. I'll give you that. I thought he was like super low mana and only had one spell. I'd be like, there's no way. But he had 2 spells, so... I think they're playing a little bit cautious.
Again?
Yeah, Sentry Ward down there.
Yeah, he's gonna find himself a Sentry Ward.
He made out with that Sentry for a sec. I don't even know if he knew it. But he's just like, this Sentry Ward is here. Wait, Earthshaker's level 3 at 9 minutes and a half. I would classify that as bad, right?
Now he scouted out the camp. He knows that there's this about 700 gold worth of creeps.
He's been stacking for a while, so I mean they've gotten something.
Well, Dyer didn't know. Dyer didn't know it until now. So now Bounty's gonna take it.
I mean like the ancient stack also. Like he's been
Oh,
stacking.
I was not talking about the ancient stack. Is there a big one of those?
The Earthshaker's been stacking. That's why he's solo level. That's what. That's what.
Well. Now, CDEC stole all of the Radiant stacks that aren't the Ancients.
See that converging to make a play bottom here? Queen of Pain has a DD room, but decides to go back mid. It just looks like they're stalking until they get that sentry out of the way and that ward. You see how like they have an observer ward, a lane ward. Dude, I love lane wards. Like you see the enemy coming.
That ward. I wish more like lower MMR players understood like the value of having this ward where like Storm Spirit is now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too for sure.
Because you can catch a glimpse of the courier, you can catch people that are just farming here. Like you know where people are, and you can use that. Because like CDEC is because if they know where Earthshaker is, that basically is the only rotations that are happening out of E-Home. So if they know where he is, they know that they can like commit 3 heroes somewhere and get a kill, and not have to worry about people diving the tower. Or because that was like how I said the earlier concern why they didn't dive him when you said they could have dived him. They could have. They didn't know that Earthshaker was unavailable, but they didn't know that because they couldn't see.
Ancient Version has Dust now. The problem with Dust in the early game is that if Bounty Hunter is on you and you like if you're by yourself, he's just gonna kill you. Ancient Version knows that Bounty Hunter is around here because of the Sentry again. That Sentry, that's like the 3rd time now that Sentry has saved Ancient Version's life.
Yeah.
Essentially. Bounty Hunter is getting level.
I'm surprised they haven't cleared it.
I guess they don't know about the Sentry. They're not.
It costs money to clear. It's just
They're going for Bounty. They're like, yo, this Bounty has been messing with us too long. He's been molesting us, but they get back. They respond.
did they smoke for that?
No, they didn't smoke for that. It's just an aggressive movement.
They walked right over the ward. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is definitely the most passive of the 3 games so far. Both teams just trying to farm up their much needed items. Storm going straight for the Bloodstone. So
they found the ward, by the way, that you mentioned before, Iggy. Now they're gonna smoke. Let's see if the smoke does anything. E-Home, honestly, they're in a position where it's like, look, our Gyrocopter's farming and our Storm Spirit's farming. Like, we're gonna win if that continues to happen. And but CDEC seems to be ahead on levels. Let me check the graph. CDEC is ahead on levels by 1,000.
Pretty close.
And they're ahead on gold by 1,500. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's just those bounty hunter ganks, making the difference in those levels. CDEC is nowhere to be found in mid. That's so good.
yeah, they're pushing on that top tier 1. So I think CDEC has had the lead in all 3 games, I think, in the early game. And yet they've came out 0-2 now, so they need to capitalize on their lead here this game.
So Ember Spirit, right? I'm not too familiar like with the exact mechanics of it here, but like when you have max Flame Guard and you have a point in your ulti and you have like level 3 Searing Chains, isn't that like where you can like go into 3 people in the right situation and like kill all 3 of them by yourself, basically? Like
Not necessarily. Like that Flame Guard only
It's
absorbs what 500 magic damage. Like he's
it's
still really weak, like to right clicks and stuff.
it's kind of like a Radiance with a small magic shield. The
Yeah.
Sleight of Fist, if you have multiple Battle Furies, gets pretty scary if you have crit, because you basically just start hitting things inside of this circle of death. And the Searing Chains, of course, is a stun, so you just start beating things down. And then the Flame Remnant actually does damage when you hit stuff with it, or like when you not when you throw it, but I mean like when you bounce into it. So add them all together, and it's just all small bursts of AOE damage that all eventually add up to something quite large.
Yeah, but he's still very susceptible to disables. Like he has 1,000 health right now. You know,
I
you
don't know,
can
just
jump
put a
down.
sentry in the Radiant Ancients. Keep going, Alex.
Yeah, so that's why he's going for drums. I assume he's gonna finish up his drums. It's just
Yeah,
you
it's
want
drums.
just a really drums is a lot better now that I got a couple buffs. It's like you want to be in the middle of the fight because like mid game Ember, you're in there with the flames and the Searing Chains and everything. And like late game, that's when you just stand back and just fist all day long. So yeah, yeah, you're just in deep that early game, and then
He gets the Searing Change on RTK, but it looks like he's just harassed. Just like, yo, what's up? Oh, he put his drums on the floor. Yo, this guy's too brave.
and they're smoked up in the bottom. Oh, it looks like Gyro might get picked off right here. Oh, but they're not. No,
Oh, that would have been so big.
huge
Now they're
pick
gonna,
off.
now they're gonna go on mid.
Storm and
Oh,
stuff. Oh,
Zeus
nice.
outed it out. They have to go to this high ground and protect this high ground. Storm Spirit gets hexed because of the high ground vision, the flying vision making a difference there, and they blow him up with the Queen of Pain ulti from the backside. Lion, you need to get back, buddy. Lion, what are you doing? Oh, but Ember came in from the top side. He's going on to ROTK. ROTK is in no man's land. I did not see the quick reaction from Ember Spirit. He's going to keep going forward, and he catches out the Earthshaker also. They all get called down. Oh, Gyrocopter just wants to kill everyone, but it's 1v4. Oh
Nice
no,
block.
he's gonna die here, dude. Oh my god, why did he go in? He could have just kept farming bottom.
Yeah, I don't know what. I think the biggest mistake is CTY on that storm. Like, when you lightning, but you don't see no on the map, you know they're smoked, but he still jumped into fog, and he got
Jumped
instant
twice.
hexed, and he
Exactly.
died. And they just gave up a huge lead with that. I mean, they basically
Oh,
got wiped.
3K.
Yeah. So I don't know why he zipped in there. Like, you know they're smoked because when you lightning, like it'll give you vision, but you don't see them on the map because they're still smoked.
Oh, let's say RC does not have done here. RTK caught out here. He missed the chains, and he does decide to get back. They're gonna deward this.
And you can see that fight with the, like you were asking about, like why Ember Spirit has like any real value as a hero. When he throws those remnants, like you can't normally blink when you're getting hit, but he can maneuver himself in fights a lot more. He's a very nimble hero, so in the right hands, the fact that he has a small health pool, but the fact that he can chase like the most important targets when other melee heroes have no way of doing that.
Yeah.
That's
And as long as you
that's the
always have a
ridiculous
spear
part of
out,
him.
it's really hard to gain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
But if you
like,
get a
that's
silence,
like
if you hit him, if you find a way to stop him, it's like Storm Spirit. If you stop him in his tracks, he can't run away anymore. If you silence him, or screw him up in whatever way, basically the more freedom of movement he gets, the more dangerous he is. But he's really weak if you can stop that. But the health pool part doesn't really matter until you stop him.
And the other thing is like Ember was top when that fight started, honestly, and like They blow up Storm Spirit. Obviously, we went over that, and then Lion keeps running forward, and I'm like, why is Lion running forward? He's just gonna feed his own life, and it was because the Ember Spirit was coming from the backside. Credit to Iggy, what you were saying about him being such a nimble hero. It's just like he just got there, and he got the Ancient Apparition kill, and then I thought it was done, and then he was like, no, I'm gonna get this Earthshaker kill also, and then I thought it was done, and then Gyrocopter just came in out of nowhere. The fight just seemed to go on forever. One by one Dota.
I wasn't expecting the wipe. I figured that I think what eHome thought was that it was only going to be like a two on two, 3-on-3 kind of fight, and then it turned into what CDEC wanted.
So there's a smoke here. Darkseer has a pipe of insects. Oh, they get Zeus ulted again. Let's see if they make the same mistake as last time. All right, Alex, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I just think that CDEC really this game they have to capitalize on this lead. Like they've blown 2 leads now in a game. I don't know. I think their lead last game was probably even bigger than the one they have now. But
Like
I mean,
5K or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, in just terms of like the general flow of the game and everything. Like they had that, but they had 2 straight fights with that Brewmaster that they threw, so they really need to. Obviously, they have some kind of tilt going on where they're just throwing away 2 leads now.
Very emotional team. Very emotional.
But I mean, this game, they have like a really good hard late carry in Ember.
Yes.
So
We'll see. Storm Spirit does have the Bloodstone up, 8 charges. Earthshaker is poor. Zeus is poor. Ancient Apparition is very poor. And Gyrocopter is going for the Helm of Dominator BKB. So Iggy, go ahead and talk about this bottom fight right now. Oh shit!
I mean, Gyro's dead. They dove behind the tower.
Storm Spirit goes in. Like, but Darkseer is tanky. He's good. I feel like his tankiness is good against Storm Spirit. You know what I mean? It's like, no, Storm, you can't just jump in on me and kill me by yourself. But that's when Storm Spirit gets really ridiculous, when everyone's so squishy, we're still around getting solo kills everywhere. They're going to turn this into a tier 2 tower at 20 minutes. I dare say, is this the earliest tier 2 tower that they've taken in this series? I think these are looking good. He's actually going to go in. He's like, RLTK, what are you doing? Oh my
God. What a scream. That was a max range scream.
Yeah.
One terrible thing in Dota is that the animations don't match the actual hitbox. That scream, I mean, I know it's laggy, so it's hard to tell because it's Chinese Dota firewalls, but I swear that was on the very, very edge.
Dude, now that you mention that, because, like, it's only the 3 of us here, it's like, I feel like China gets in its own way so much. They just had, like, the same internet as everyone else, but no, they have to censor major parts of their internet, and they have to, like, it's like so oppressive in certain ways. I just wish that, like, I feel like the Chinese people would be able to take over the world, honestly, if the government got out of the population.
Look at this ancient stack business going on. That Gyro's. Oh wow, Ember messed up, and just like that. How much gold did they get?
Well, they got 1,200.
Dude, he felt
and
it.
Ember lost 400, so that's about a 1,700 gold swing for 1 kill. Balance patch though, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
Balance patch.
It was worse.
But notice
that would have been like 4,000. So.
But the thing is though is that it didn't give 1,700 to 1 hero. It gave like 500 gold, almost 350 gold to 4 heroes, and the ones that were most starved are Lanham and BDC. You're probably going to see Ancient Apparition. He might go for Midas, or he could just go straight Aghanims or something.
I think
it's all reliable right now, isn't it?
Because it's like it's like the Chinese style. It's like me and Alex, the CDEC picked an Ancient Apparition, and it was post 20 minutes, and he still went Midas.
Yeah.
So
I still go Midas.
Word.
Yeah.
I know it sounds terrible, but it's just, I mean, you can't, if you sit in a lane and farm and they're going to come and gank you, and then you die, and then, like, let's say you're level 10, and you just lost 300 gold, which is like 1.5 lanes worth of creeps. Waves worth of creeps. So, you just, like, it's all about efficiency with time with support. So, if you can afford the Midas, that's at least guaranteed gold coming in without you actually having to take the risks of farming and expose where you are. But you usually are trying to tend to lane too, but it's just having that reliable gold you can spend when you get to 1,000 and unreliable. You can spend it, have your buyback, and then when you have the agnums, you can kind of dive in and buy it. I mean, it's not.
He bought an Urn of
It is
Shadows.
what it is.
Like we're talking about Ancient Apparition. He just straight up bought an Urn of Shadows. He didn't.
Yeah, so I don't think he'll be going
Okay.
Midas.
Yeah, he's not going to be going Midas now. You go Midas for the agnums because then you know you can get your point booster and not lose it.
So let's see, Lion has his Blink Dagger now. Storm looks like he's going to be going into BKB next. It's definitely something he'll need.
Darkseer's got Pipe, 4 staff. Pretty stacked.
Queen's 300 away, 250 away from BKB. On top of that, Orchid and Ember's almost got his Battle Fury. So some big items finally.
CDEC's lineup's pretty scary. I mean, we just ran through their items. That's pretty scary. I mean, Storm Spirit's got Wimp Bloodstone, and there really isn't anything particularly scary. There's a bunch of Soul Rings on eHome.
Yeah, I mean, Jaro has BKB. Loose. I'd say that's the biggest one right now.
Yes. He's got Helm, BKB,
and just some harass.
We'll see. As this goes later and later, like, yes, Ember is really good hard late game, but honestly, so is Gyrocopter, so is Storm Spirit, so we shall see. The comeback factor with Earthshaker, and there's another thing also, is like, one time I was in a game, and I was Zeus, and I was like, support Zeus. And we were losing so hard that like leaving the base was ridiculous. But with Zeus, he does have a comeback mechanic is in like making sure that there are no aggressive wards. So like the enemy team was ahead, but they couldn't see us at all. That thing it's crazy how much vision it denies.
Yeah, I mean this would be definitely an interesting game, like late game, because Ember's good, Gyro's good. I mean Ember could destroy Storm in 2 attacks, and then Storm gets to jump on Ember if he ever gets a Hex out. Like, a fed Storm is probably the most annoying hero in the game. Like, I can't really think of any more annoying hero to play against than a fed Storm. And we got Ancient fight.
Oh, so they just wasted all their BKBs. The call down is for nothing. Ancient Apparition is gonna miss everyone. It is gonna slow people. Ember has a haste rune. He has a haste rune and he's going YOLO as he always does. Gyrocopter feels the need to blink out, but then he turns around when Storm tries to work it on him. Queen of Pain counter initiates with the ultimate. Lion stuns 2 and he actually kills 2. So Ember baits the fight, once again going mad YOLO, but his team backs it up and he's like, you kill our most important hero, we kill your most important hero, let's go.
Yeah, that was a risky move. Like, Ember dying there, I mean, luckily they got 2 kills back out of it, because
The 2 most important kills.
Yeah.